Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to the Wise Guys Construction Braves Basketball pregame show. Whether it's residential, commercial, or restoration construction you need, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa at 785-229-5651. Now, for a preview of this Ottawa University Braves basketball broadcast, here's KOFO's David Potter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wise Guys Construction pregame show. I'm David Potter with KOFO Sports, ready to bring you Braves basketball today as OU is here in North Newton, Kansas. Just north of Newton, Kansas, ready to take on the Bethel Threshers. And as always, we'll start with the women's game, and the Braves riding a 5-game KCAC winning streak into this one. That is the longest in-conference winning streak of Coach Tate's tenure, and they're looking to push it to 6. And if they're on point tonight, you would expect them to be able to get there. They are playing a Bethel team that has lost 18 games in a row and has not won a game in KCAC play. Now, that can, depending on how you look at it, that can make them dangerous, or that can make this seem like an easy game. It just depends on the Braves' approach and how seriously they take this one. There's no reason for the Braves sitting at 11-4 in the season to worry about losing this one, but at the same time, it's the KCAC. Anyone can beat anyone on a given night, and you can't take anyone lightly. Now, the first time these two teams played, it was a 20-point victory for the Braves inside Wilson Fieldhouse, but it wasn't a blowout from start to finish by any means. The Braves struggled heavily with turnovers, turning it over 25 times. Fortunately, they shot well, over 50% from the floor, but in the third quarter, Bethel was able to cut that to a 4-point game. And fortunately, the Braves were able to kind of pull it out from there and really put Bethel away as the game went on. But the Braves got it out to 15 and 16-point leads in the first half. But again, the third quarter was a bit of a letdown, which is sort of reminiscent of what we saw just on Wednesday night when they played Oklahoma Wesleyan and let the Eagles back into that game, and we'll get to that one in a second. But the Braves able to pour it on down the stretch. Now that was when the Braves didn't look quite the way they have recently. They got 64 of their 67 points from their starters in that one. Here in recent weeks, we've seen some players off the bench, specifically Jessica King, but also Caitlin Hughes able to contribute some points off the bench. We've seen, Melanie Romig is able to score here and there. That's not her primary area of expertise at this point, but Leslie Spears certainly able to score off the bench as well. So you probably can expect to see more than 90-some% of the points coming, or fewer than 90-some% of the points coming from the OU starters. But that was a game where they played a little bit sloppy, and the starters had to play some extra minutes and really work extra hard to pour that on later in the game to earn that 20-point victory over, again, a team in Bethel that is still looking for their first win of KCAC play. So Bethel actually started off the season with that one win. They played at Central Christian College, a road game, and they won by 17, so off to a good enough start, but then they lost to Mid-America Christian and by double digits, and that would kind of set the tone for most of their season. They've played a couple of close games against McPherson. That's really been the one team that they've really shown an ability to hang in with. In fact, they're coming off of a Wednesday loss to McPherson on the road by just 4 points, and that's a McPherson team that beat the Braves on the road by 10. So if you want evidence that the Braves can't take this one lightly, look no further than that Wednesday game where Bethel played McPherson right down to the end. And, the Braves really struggled with that same McPherson team. But, Bethel actually played Tabor fairly well early on, but ended up losing that one by 9, but then held to just 44 points by Friends. They lost by more than 20 in that one, lost by over 20 to St. Mary. Then they had the first close loss to first, and then it was the OU loss by 20. Then Southwestern beat them by 20. Bethany beat them by double digits. Kansas Wesleyan by double digits. Oklahoma Wesleyan actually beat them by 33 down there at Bartlesville, Oklahoma. And even their game against York College, which at that time was a game between two teams still looking for their first win in conference play back on January 7th. It was the battle to get out of the basement in the KCAC really. They actually lost by 17 to that York team that hadn't won a game overall the whole season. So just to say it shortly, this is a Bethel team that's really struggling. They're coming off one of their better performances of the year by taking McPherson down to the wire on the road in overtime on Wednesday. So maybe the Braves are catching Bethel at their most competitive time, and maybe things are starting to come together for this team. But it's been an uphill battle for Bethel so far this year, as they're still once again looking for that first win in conference play. And we'll kind of break down exactly what the issues have been for Bethel and where maybe things are going right in some areas for this Threshers team. But first, we will go ahead and take a break, and then we'll be back with more of the Wise Guys Construction pregame show. You're listening to Braves basketball here on KOFO.
Anyone can call themselves a construction company, slap a sign on the side of their truck, and drive around town looking for work. Is that who you want to hire? No, you're smarter than that. Wise Guys Construction at 108 North Main in Ottawa has been in business for 13 years, building new residential homes, adding additions and finishing basements, solving commercial structure needs for businesses, and repairing damage left behind from fire or water. When it comes to who you hire for residential and commercial construction needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction at 785-229-5651.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures, with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
And welcome back to the Wise Guys Construction pregame show. Once again, we're coming to you live here from North Newton, home of the Bethel Threshers, where the Braves are about 7 minutes or so away from tipping off against the Threshers in the women's game, of course, coming up first, and then at 5 o'clock, the men's game. Of course, the OU Braves coming off of probably their most exciting game of the season, as they were taken to overtime by Oklahoma Wesleyan at home at Wilson Fieldhouse on Wednesday. And it took really a heroic effort led by senior Ashley Romig to even get them into overtime to where they were in position to get that victory. They were actually down by 4 points with under 16 seconds to go. Coach Tate called a timeout to regroup, and they got the ball in, worked around the perimeter, and actually found Ashley Romig, who was 3 of 11 from three-point range going into that season. Found her at the top of the key. She stepped up, confidently drained a three to make it a one-point game. Oklahoma Wesleyan got it in, got it down the court, was fouled, hit both of their free throws to push it to a three-point game. The Braves, with one last chance, once again worked it around the perimeter, got it to Jenna Kramer in the corner. Kramer probably, if not their best three-point shooter, right up there among the best three-point shooters, and it looked like she might just go up with it and tie the game with about 6 seconds left. Instead, she found a wide-open Ashley Romig once again at the top of the key, who turned, set her feet, and knocked down another three. Again, just 3 of 11 from outside heading into that game for the whole season. Knocked down 2 in about 12 seconds of game time to tie that up, and then blocked the buzzer beater attempt on the other side of the court to send that one into overtime. The Braves kind of took over in that extra period, outscored Oklahoma Wesleyan 12-6 to end up with a 6-point victory, 75-69. Maybe it shouldn't have gotten to that point, as the Braves were up by 17 in the third quarter. The offense really went cold, and Oklahoma Wesleyan, who shoots a lot of threes, doesn't necessarily hit a high percentage of them, but shoots a lot of threes. And anytime you play a team like that, you have to worry at least a little bit about the possibility that some of them are going to start going in, and possibly a lot of them in a short period of time, and that's really what happened. Again, the Braves were up by 17 in the third quarter, and that lead was cut to just 5 at the end of the quarter. And then it didn't seem like it was until the Eagles actually took the lead in the fourth that things kind of clicked back on for the Braves, and they were back into it. They'd exchanged leads most of the way down the stretch, but then when the Eagles went up by 4 with under 20 seconds left, it seemed like that would probably be it. Once again, the senior, Ashley Romig, a real contender for a first-team All-KCAC center this year, came up huge down the stretch in a number of different ways, offensively and defensively, and they were able to pull out the win. Coming off of a huge win over Kansas Wesleyan just days before that, another tough game where their lead had been cut down to single digits, and it was a tight one, but the Braves able to pull away a little more comfortably in that one in the fourth quarter, but still a tough game. So the Braves are coming off 2 emotional wins. They really wanted to atone for that big loss in Salina against Kansas Wesleyan. They were able to do it, and then having to come back from down 4 in less than 20 seconds and win in exciting fashion, that can take a lot out of a team. So they're coming off a couple of emotional wins and facing a team looking to get that first win in KCAC play. They'd like nothing better than to get it today. So the Braves will need to be alert and playing well, playing sharp to make sure they don't suffer a letdown. We'll take another break and then be back with the rest of the Wise Guys Construction pregame show. You're listening to Braves basketball here on KOFO.
Bill Crowley, owner of Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa, on what sets them apart as your trusted source for residential and commercial construction.
We're not a handyman service. We're a professional licensed construction company. We're not only licensed in Ottawa. With our license, we can work anywhere.
Which means?
No matter what the project or where, you get a licensed contractor every time. We've been in business for 13 years. Our experience and customer service are what keeps us in business.
Wise Guys Construction, 785-229-5651.
Follow your favorite area high school or Ottawa University team with the KOFO Sports Guide. The KOFO Sports Guide features your team's schedule, from football and volleyball to wrestling and basketball, golf, soccer, tennis, baseball, softball, and track. Pick up your free KOFO Sports Guide at these following locations: Keith King State Farm Insurance, Beckman Motors, Ottawa Family Physicians, QSI, Wise Guys Construction, Osage County Attorney's Office, Brandon Jones, or check it out online at KOFO.com.
And we're back in North Newton, Kansas, where the Braves and the Bethel Threshers women's team is just about ready to face off here. The Braves have left the court to talk things over on the bench. Bethel still finishing their warm-ups. As far as Bethel is concerned, only one player scoring in double digits on average this year, and that is Carly Schrader. You'll see plenty of her. She's the team's second leading player in terms of minutes played. The leader is Jadaean Sumter, who only averages about 7 points per game, has turned it over almost 100 times this year, but has forced a fair amount of steals and does far and away lead the team in assists. So solid player there, even though maybe not one of the big-time scorers on the team. This is not a team that shoots a lot of threes and certainly doesn't shoot them well, averaging about 25% for the year. But they do have two players, Carly Schrader and Elise Gerlach, who aren't afraid to let them fly. Schrader's shot over 100. Gerlach has shot about 90. But both shooting under 30%. They really don't have anyone shooting over 30%. So this is not a team unlike their last two opponents, where you have to worry about them burying you with three-pointers. They're announcing the starting lineup, so we're just about ready for tip-off here. We'll take our final break and then be back. You've been listening to the Wise Guys Construction pregame show here on KOFO.
Thank you for listening to the Wise Guys Construction Braves basketball pregame show. Tip-off is next on KOFO. You know Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa as the premier residential and commercial construction company. But did you know they also provide full repair for fire and flood restoration? Here's Bill Crowley, owner of Wise Guys Construction.
We offer full turnkey services, from cleaning and drying to the repairs of your project. We're an insurance preferred contractor. When disaster strikes, experience matters.
When it comes to your residential, commercial, or restoration needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction in Ottawa, 785-229-5651.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa University Braves basketball. Brought to you by Modern Woodman agent Dale Pearson, Dr. Hale Family Dentistry, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, the Ottawa Recreation Commission, and by State Farm Insurance agent Ryan Disbro, Ransom Memorial Hospital, Sutton's Jewelry, CarStar, Messengers Home Furnishings. Also by Dingle & Son Mortuary, Ottawa University, the Ottawa Herald, Wise Guys Construction, Kramer Pharmacy, Franklin County Chiropractic, and Cosentino's Price Chopper, State Farm Insurance agent Keith King, Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, People's Bank, Advantage Electric, Quality Structures Incorporated, and Maxwell Chiropractic. Now let's rejoin KOFO's David Potter, courtside for Ottawa University Braves basketball.
And welcome back to North Noon, where we're just underway, and Sierra McKinney is able to win the tip-off against Ashley Romig, and Bethel will start with possession. The work is down low. There's a block from behind by Ashley Romig to start things up, as Riley Schmieder went up for the shot down low, and Romig was behind her, able to get the hand on it without fouling. Here's Kelsey Hendricks taking it all the way, and they're going to call a block, so it's and one. Trying to draw the charge there was Sierra McKinney, but they'll say she did not have her feet set, and Hendricks with an opportunity for a three-point play early. Misses the free throw, rebounded by Carly Schroeder. Braves wearing all black, moving right to left. Bethel in gray, and here's a steal by Kelsey Hendricks. Good ball movement, getting it down low to Ashley Romig, who puts it in on the fast break. Hendricks got the steal as the Braves kind of surprised Bethel, coming out with a little full court trapping there. Bethel able to break that this time, so they're down 4-0 about a minute in. Again, Braves in all black, going right to left. Bethel in gray, trimmed in dark red, moving left to right here in the first half. And working around the perimeter, now down low to Abby Pineda. Now a drive, was up with it, and that's going to be a travel. No shot for Elise Gerlach. So two early turnovers for Bethel. They're yet to get on the board, breaks up 4-0. Again, this Bethel team looking for their first win in KCAC play. Braves looking to extend their winning streak to 6. Jenna Kramer at the top of the key, moving to her right. Now finds Maddie Stewart for three. Got it. 7-0. Braves up early, and the Braves will continue with the full court pressure. Passing it from sideline to sideline as Bethel still hasn't crossed the line. Now they do, with only 2 seconds left to do so. Now a corner three by Pineda. No. A little collision going for the rebound, and ends up knocked into the hands of Hendricks. She gets it down to Jenna Kramer. Kramer with the pull-up jumper off the back of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Elise Gerlach. Gerlach is going to bring it down for Bethel. Defended by Jenna Kramer. She'll swing it to Pineda out on the left wing. Defended by Kelsey Hendrick. Now, she does a good job of finding Schmieder down low, working against Maddie Stewart. Spins, goes up, misses off the glass. Rebounded by Ashley Romig. Now Kelsey Hendricks to bring it up, the point guard for OU. Hendricks picks up her dribble, finds Stewart for three. Got it again. Back-to-back threes by Maddie Stewart. She's got 6. And the Braves are up by 10 here in the early going. Trying to break the press. Bethel finally able to. And if Bethel wants a timeout right away, we're less than 3 minutes in. The Braves are up by 10 early. It's going to be 30-second timeout, so we'll take a quick break and then be back with more. Braves up 10 at North Newton.
Did you know Dr. Hale's office is a full-service dental care center? If you have stained, cracked, or missing teeth, Dr. Hale can treat these and other dental concerns and bring confidence back to your smile. For quality care in a relaxed environment, call Dr. Hale's office, 242-1800.
Safe, secure, strong. We're rock solid. Kansas State Bank, a better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And welcome back to North Newton, home of the Bethel Threshers, where they just called a timeout. Braves already up 10-0 here, just 3 minutes into the game. The Braves stick with that trapping defense even in the full or the half court. Schroeder works it over to Gerlach. Now finds McKinney at the free throw line. Time, it looked like it expired on the shot clock. They would have counted the shot had it fallen, but it doesn't. And Maddie Stewart gets the rebound. She's being ridden all the way down the court. She puts up a shot. Thought she got fouled, but no call. Rebounded by Bethel going the other way. Here's Gerlach. Throws one up off of some contact by Kaylee Williams. That'll be the first foul of the game on either team. It comes about 3.5 minutes in, and that puts Gerlach at the line with an opportunity to put Bethel on the board. A 76% free throw shooter on the season. And the first one is off to the left side, no good. We'll see our first substitution of the game as Kylie Shunn comes into the game for Riley Schmieder for Bethel. They spread the minutes around pretty evenly. They've got 11 players averaging double-digit minutes per game. Second free throw, also a miss. Ball knocked out of bounds, but last touched by, I believe it was Leslie Spears. She was battling for it down low. She's in for Ashley Romig at the moment. Otherwise, it's the starting lineup out there for OU. There's the throw-in. Gerlach looks to drive. Gets it in off the glass over the block attempt by Jenna Kramer. Now the Braves quickly get it over the half-court line. Kaylee Williams looks to drive. A little out of control, a little sped up, and she stepped on the baseline. Turns it over. Now Bethel almost throws it away, but Gerlach able to rein it in. They'll bring it across the half-court line. Gerlach defended by Kramer. Will get it into the hands of Carly Schroeder. Looking to her right, defended by Kelsey Hendricks. Gets this to Sierra McKinney. A little pull-up jumper way off to the left, rebounded by Maddie Stewart. Hendricks, a long pass to Jenna Kramer, is kicked off out of the air by Carly Schroeder. Now she wants to take it all the way in. Draws the contact. Foul called, no basket, but she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. We've got 4 subs waiting to check in for OU. First free throw by Schroeder is up, and she got it. Bethel is on the board. Or excuse me, Bethel is on the board again. They scored on that last possession, so it's 10-3. Schroeder is a 58% free throw shooter, but does lead the team in free throw attempts. She gets the line often, but does not convert at a high rate. Second free throw is up and rims out. Rebounded by Jessica King, who's newly in the game. Gets to Rashaya Parker, who's in a point guard. It's Parker, Melanie Romig, Kaylee Williams, Jessica King, and Ashley Romig in the game at the moment. They'll get it to Romig down low. Great find by her sister, Melanie, to get it underneath for the easy basket for Ashley Romig. 9-point game, 12-3, 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. Gerlach gets it across the half-court line over to Pineda. Wing it over to the right wing. A pass back over to the left. Sarah McKinney is trying like heck to get open down low, working against Romig, but can't do it. There's a long three, and it's good. That's Carly Schroeder knocking it down. Only a 24.3-point shooter, but she leads the team with 110 attempts. And now here's a pass stolen by Sierra McKinney. Goes up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Melanie Romig, who squirts the outlet pass out to Kaylee Williams. Williams looking to push the tempo. Now pulls it back over to Jessica King. King wants to drive, loses control, and it's stolen by Kylie Shunn. Shunn spins around, up hard off the backboard, no good. Melanie Romig able to pull down the rebound and gets it into the hands of Rashaya Parker. Parker bringing it down, setting up the offense. Half-court man-to-man defense by Bethel. Here's Melanie Romig, a long pass, dangerous pass, but Parker gets it, drives well over the basket, no good, didn't touch rim. Rebounded by Bethel, and they'll bring it back the other way. 12-6, less than 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Gerlach on the left wing, looking to set things up. She's open for three, takes it, misses to the right, almost rebounded by King, knocked out of her hands, but Sierra McKinney hit her with the body a little bit as she knocked that ball away, so that'll be a foul on Bethel. Well, Kelsey Hendricks and Caitlin Hughes checking in as Parker and Kaylee Williams go to the bench. Still a 6-point game. Braves up. 3:46 remaining here in the first quarter. A little full-court man-to-man look for Bethel. They try and trap Hendricks now. She finds King at the top of the key, dribbled it off her foot, out of bounds. The turnover gives the ball to Bethel. Maddie Stewart checks in for Melanie Romig. So now you've got in a guard, Kelsey Hendricks and Caitlin Hughes. Madison Stewart the three, and Jessica King 4, Ashley Romig at the 5. Fantasia Johnson into the game, passes it over to Dayon Sumter, who's now in the game as well. Johnson over to Sumter, swings it around to the left side as Elijah Kennedy also into the game. Now they'll get it down low, kick it back out to the top of the key for a long two by Sumter, no good, but for the rebound, one by Caitlin Hughes, who chased it down. Still 12-6. King swings it over to Stewart on the left wing. Now here's Hughes, uses a screen, gets to the basket, off the backboard, no good, off the rim. Now here's Johnson looking to go all the way after the rebound, has it stripped by Jessica King, nice steal. And another turnover. We've seen a lot going both ways so far. Maddie Stewart looked for the three, then decided to pull it back in and passed it over to Hendricks. Now King at the top of the key eventually works it over to Hughes. Ashley Romig in the post, kicks it out to a wide open Maddie Stewart. Got it for 3 points. Maddie Stewart 3 for 3 from outside. 9-point lead for the Braves, 15-6. Now Sumter almost lost the ball, gets it back, drives, blocked by Ashley Romig. Goes up again, and Sumter got this one. Dejon Sumter breaks the scoreless run for Bethel and cuts the lead back to 7. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here's Ashley Romig underneath, fouled hard. That's going to be Elijah Kennedy on the foul. And it sends Ashley Romig to the line where she is an 83% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Braves doubled up on Bethel, 16-8. Jenna Kramer checks in for Jessica King. Hughes comes out for Kaylee Williams. So we're tying their shoe for Bethel. Now ready to shoot free throw number 2. She knocked it down, and now Spear is going to come in for Ashley Romig as she pushes the lead to 9, 17-8, 1:46 to go here in quarter number 1. Now almost a steal forced in the back court. Now they'll work it across the half-court line, and that's out of bounds. Dejan Sumter stepping on the sideline, being pressured and trapped there. And now she'll come out of the game. Carly Schroeder back in. Stewart inbounds to Hendricks to bring it up the court and set up the offense for OU. Picks up her dribble. Finds Kaylee Williams coming across from the left side. Now Kaylee Williams trying to drive. Goes up, off the board, and in. A little bit of contact there, but the refs letting a lot of it go so far both ways. 19-8, Braves with an 11-point lead. That's their biggest so far. Bethel finally breaks the press to get it across half court, but now trapped along the sideline. Now they find an open jump shot. No. Rebounded. Offensive rebound by Sumter. No good on the, that was Kennedy. Now they'll get it out to Johnson. She almost has it stolen by Kaylee Williams. There's a scramble for it in the back court. Kaylee Williams diving for the steal. Looks like she made some contact with Fantasia Johnson, and that'll be a foul on Williams. That's her second, so Caitlin Hughes will check in for her. Kaylee Williams likely to sit for a little while with those 2 quick fouls. 50.1 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Elise Gerlach into the game for the Threshers. Schroeder to set things up with the Braves. Kind of a 2-3 zone look in the half court. Schroeder swings it over to Kennedy. In the hands of Strang. Now down low. Now kick back out to Schroeder. She wants a long contested 3. Doesn't get it. It's knocked out of bounds, but I believe Maddie Stewart was the last to touch that one. So Schroeder to inbound along the baseline. 23.1 seconds left on the clock. No shot clock at this point. So Bethel can hold for the last shot if they want it. So inbounded to Schrag, who kicks it out to the corner. Gerlach passes it up. Over to Sumter, who finds Schrag off the backboard and in. That's Brittany Carter knocking that one in from the free throw line off the backboard. Leslie Spears it poked away. 4 seconds left. Here's a fast break. No good. The layup missed by Schroeder, and now time will expire. So Schroeder had a wide open layup and a chance to make this a 7-point game, but it didn't go, and we'll enter the second quarter with the Braves up 19-10. We'll take a break and be back with more OU basketball on KOFO.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures, with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
This is Dr. Adam Maxwell of Maxwell Chiropractic, serving you with chiropractic and wellness care at 225 South Walnut in Ottawa. Call 785-893-8272 for an appointment. As a lifelong Ottawa resident, I'm proud to be a supporter of OU Braves athletics and wish the teams good luck this season.
Smart Ottawa shoppers know Cosentino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
And we're back in North Newton, where the Braves lead the Bethel Threshers 19-10. After one quarter, the Braves will inbound to start things off. So moving right to left in black, Bethel wearing their gray home uniforms today. Moving left to right, and that ball is thrown away as Kelsey Hendricks couldn't grab the skip pass. And the Braves start off quarter number 2 with a turnover. Coaching staff now looking real happy on the OU bench. Gives a pass to the wing, Brittany Carter. Swings it over to Schroeder at the top of the key, defended by Kelsey Hendricks. So he'll use the screen, now picks up a dribble way away from the basket. They'll get it into the hands of Kennedy, who loses the ball. Maddie Stewart with the rebound, or the steal, excuse me, and she's going to be fouled by Eliza Kennedy.
Four down.
Stewart inbounds to Hendricks, swings it over to Kramer. A tough entry pass down low to Romig. She has to kick it out to Hendricks. Misses the three. Offensive board. Caitlin Hughes had it, but then dropped it. Landed on the baseline as she dove after the loose ball. So another turnover for OU. Hendricks will come out. Avery Lumen to make her first appearance of the game. About 1 minute into the second quarter. Gerlach with the ball, defended by Hughes. Now she finds a lane to the basket, goes up off the board, no good. Ashley Romig with the rebound. She's being swarmed down there. Now has it knocked away, and now a foul is going to be called on Lumen as Gerlach went up for the shot. Coach Tate can't believe there was no foul called as Romig had 3 players hanging all over her after she rebounded that one. Gerlach will go to the line. She is 0 for 2 so far today and misses that one. So still no one yet to score here in the second quarter. Still 19-10. We're about a minute, 10 seconds in. Gerlach finally ends that by hitting her second free throw, and the lead is 8 for OU. Mild full court pressure being brought by Bethel. Now they're waiting to trap in the half court, but the Braves do a good job of breaking it. Kramer finds Romig down low, who draws the foul as she goes up for the layup. A foul called on Riley Schmieder. Romig to the line and hits her first. The lead is 8 as Jessica King comes in for Caitlin Hughes to add a little more size to the court for OU. King will be at 4, Romig at the 5. Stewart shifts up to the 3. Romig knocks down number 2, and it's a 10-point game. 21-11, full court pressure by the Braves. Jessica King went for the steal, got out of position, but almost got it. Now she's able to recover as Bethel gets set in the half court. Schroeder over to her right, defended by Kramer, picks up her dribble, swings it back over to Gerlach. Schroeder tries to get it down low. Maddie Stewart jumps into the passing lane, almost got the steal. Now a 3 by Gerlach, way off target. Kramer able to chase down the rebound, but they're going to trap her in the corner. And Coach Tate's going to call a timeout as she was in some trouble. The Braves are up by 10. We will take 30 seconds and then be back with more. You're listening to Braves basketball on KOFO.
The Ottawa Shopper has a new look with new features. Never miss your favorite TV show with the TV Guides. Find area church times and the popular Kids Talk About God column on the church pages. And get useful employment tips from our weekly Q&A advice column. Call 242-4700 to get your Franklin County address added to our subscription list for free, or pick up the Ottawa Shopper at multiple racks around town. That's 242-4700.
And we are back. Braves up 21-11 on the road against Bethel. We have 8:08 to go here in the first half. Been a bit of a sloppy game here on both sides. Braves have had too many turnovers, and Bethel has missed some open shots. Here's Ashley Romig over to King. Fouled and one. Got it to go despite the contact. I believe that's Kylie Shunn going to be called for the foul. And it is. That's her first. Third team foul on Bethel. Braves go up 12, and King could make it 13 here. And she does, and that's the biggest lead of the game for OU. 24-11, they'll stick with full court pressure. Bethel able to break the press, but they don't have anyone down low. Otherwise, they might have had an easy basket. They'll find Pineda in the corner. She looks to drive, now gets it down low. And ball knocked away, and now battle for it. And 3-second call on, we'll see her number after she gets up. That's Riley Schmader.
What's the time before?
7:37 to go here in the first half. 24-11. Braves lead, and that's going to be a foul as Gerlach reached across Jenna Kramer as she tried to reel in that pass at the half-court line. Kramer to inbound, finds Avery Lumen in the back court to set things up. Got Maddie Stewart to her right, King to her left. She goes to the left now. Here's Stewart at the top of the key. Kramer over to Jessica King. Romig way out away from the basket. Skip pass over to Avery Lumen. Lumen picks up her dribble, gets it to King. Works against Gerlach off the backboard and in. Nice move by Jessica King, defended by a much shorter player, and Gerlach, and she used that to her advantage immediately. 15-point game, 26-11. 7 to go here in the first half. Bethel gets it over half court line just in time. Schroeder swings over to Gerlach, back into Schroeder's hand as she wants to get it into the paint to Schmeider. Out to Schroeder, still defended by Kramer at the top of the key. Over to Gerlach for a long three with time running down on the shot clock. Draws nothing and goes out of bounds. But Spear and Hendricks checking into the game, as well as Keely Williams, who has 2 fouls. Lumen, Romig, and Kramer coming out. So Hendricks at the 1, Williams at the 2, Stewart your 3, King at the 4, and now Leslie Spear at the center. Hendricks, the point guard, to bring it up for the Braves. Again, they'll meet her at about 3/4 of the court. And they go into a half-court trapping defense. Braves swinging it around. Hendricks over to Kaylee Williams. Now King with the ball at the top of the key. Gets it to Stewart's hand. Stewart wants to drive with time running down on the shot clock. Quick dump off to Leslie Spear, who is open. Spear's defender came out to help on Maddie Stewart. Stewart recognized it immediately and got it to Spear on the bounce pass. And now a travel by Bethel will send it back the other way. 28-11, 17-point game here. The Braves' biggest lead of the day. King into Hendricks. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. King kicks it out to Maddie Stewart for 3 off the front of the rim. That's her first miss of the day. Rebounded by Fantasia Johnson, and it's going to be a foul on Maddie Stewart way out away from the ball. Or no, excuse me, that's on Bethel's number 33. So the foul is on Kylie Shund. Now Stewart will come out to get a quick breather as Melanie Romig will check into play the 3. And now Michelle Strong comes into the game for Bethel. A bit of a new look for both teams. John Sumter is into the game, as is Fantasia Johnson for Bethel. Romig with the ball out on the wing, gets it over to Jessica King. Now Melanie Romig over to Leslie Spear. A jump shot goes in from about 16. 30-11. There's a foul out away from the ball. Called on Romig. As a player, it was Mallory Case, who's newly into the game for Bethel, just ended up on the court somehow. It was way out away from the ball. Didn't see what happened. Dijon Sumter's shoe is untied, but she's playing through it at point guard. Gets it down low. There's a short shot missed by Riley Schmader. Now Hendricks picks up her dribble, gets it over to Kaylee Williams. Melanie Romig comes over to meet the pass. Jessica King at the top of the key. Going to drive, works against pretty much the entire Bethel team. Can't quite get it to fall off the backboard. Bethel just collapsed into the lane on King. King has made that her go-to move. If they've looked at tape at all, they know when she gets the ball out around the free throw line, she's going to want to put it on the floor and get to the basket. It's been very effective, especially in recent weeks. Bethel's shot clock running out. Looking for a shot in the lane, and they're going to draw the foul. Schrag couldn't get a good look, but was able to draw the contact. It'll be Jessica King's first foul. 19-point game, 4:23 to go here in the first half. Schrag just a 36% free throw shooter. Misses the first off the back of the iron. Now Case comes out as Carly Schroeder back on. Schroeder gets frequent breaks, but is usually quickly back into the game as their leading scorer. Second free throw for Schrag is good. And it's an 18-point lead. Hendricks over to King. To Melanie Romig. Swings it all the way over to the other side of the court. There's Hendricks over to Spear from the free throw line. Misses. Rebounded by Fantasia Johnson. Bethel looking to push the tempo. Gets it into Schroeder's hand. Defended out on the wing by Melanie Romig. She'll get it over to Fantasia Johnson. Works it to the left side. Now they get it down low. It's going to be Schmider working against King. Goes up over King's outstretched arms. No. Melanie Romig couldn't quite haul in the rebound, but Schroeder knocked it out of bounds, trying to get it away from her. Brittany Carter checks into the game as Michelle Schrag comes out. Long passes for the Braves, trying to avoid the traps in the corners. It's Romig swinging it out to Kaylee Williams. Wants to drive, gets into the lane. Knocked away, but the foul called on Dijon Sumter. I believe that may be number 2 on her. No, that is number 1 on Sumter. So Kaylee Williams will go to the line as that's foul number 5 on the team for Bethel. She hits her first free throw. We'll have a whole new group coming in almost. Kaylee Williams will stay on the court, but Rashia Parker, Jenna Kramer, Maddie Stewart, and Ashley Romig all out onto the court again. His lead is 19. Williams looking to push it to 20 for the first time today, and she hits it. 32-12, 20-point lead. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Fantasia Johnson looking to take it up the court, pass it off to Sumter, blocked by Ashley Romig. Timed that one perfectly. Slapped that one out of bounds. Block number 3 of the first half for Ashley Romig. Your KCAC leader in blocks today. Inbound goes to Carter. Goes up for a well-contested shot. Caitlin Hughes playing good defense there. Rebounded by Maddie Stewart. Now she finds Jenna Kramer going up for the layup on the other side. Off the glass and in. Good court vision by Maddie Stewart. Makes it a 22-point game. Now the Braves almost get that steal. Fantasia Johnson able to get the pass in. Now they work it down low to Schmader, who kicks it out for a 3 by Sumter. No good. Fantasia Johnson able to hunt down the rebound. Good hustle play there by Johnson. Sumter at the top of the key, gets it to Schmader, defended by Romig, but she's able to get it to go off the glass. Cuts the lead back to 20, 2.5 to go in the first half. Bad pass by Parker, goes off Kramer's head, and it's stolen. Now Fantasia Johnson looking to take it all the way back the other direction. No good. Ashley Romig with the board. That's going to be a foul as they try and slap it out of her hands. Called against Fantasia Johnson. her first. Elise Gerlach ready to come back in for Bethel as Romig goes to the line for 2. And the first rolls around and goes in. Romig has done most of her damage from the free throw line here today. And then hits that one. Makes it a 22-point game, 36-14. 2:18 left in the first half. Riley Schmieder inbounds to Schroeder. Braves will stick with the full court traffic D. Bethel swinging it around. Now they'll finally cross the half-court line. Gets it over to Schroeder, defended by Rashad Parker. Swings it over to Gerlach. Now a drive and pull-up jumper. Blocked, but a foul on Maddie Stewart. Went up to try and knock that one back, but got a little too much arm with the ball, and that'll be foul number 1 on Stewart. Exactly 2 minutes to go here on the clock in the first half. It's a 22-point ball game. Schmieder, a 62% shooter at the line. Misses the first off the front of the rim. Jessica King will check in for Maddie Stewart and move down to the 4. Your backcourt is now Parker, Hughes, and Kramer at the 1, 2, and 3. Schmieder's second free throw up and in. The lead is 21. Michelle Schrag will come in now for Riley Schmieder. Under 2 to go in half number 1. Braves leading comfortably at this point. We've seen that the case in other games this year, and things have a way of tightening up in the second half. They'll try to avoid that today. Parker over to Kramer on the left side. Kramer dribbling around the perimeter. Jessica King was a second too late in realizing that Caitlin Hughes was cutting to the basket. Bethel had time to close in on her and get the steal. Now it's coming back the other way. Schroeder over to Carter on the wing, now into Gerlach's hands. Bethel coaching staff urging the Threshers to look inside. That's what they do. And Brittany Carter goes to the basket and misses. Good defense by Jessica King affecting the shot, even if she doesn't block it. Ends up short. We come up on a minute to go here in the first half. The Braves up 21. Romig kicks it out to a wide-open Jenna Kramer for 3. No. Rebounded by Brittany Carter. Schroeder to bring it down. Over to Carter on the wing. Back to Schroeder. No, Gerlach way out away from the basket. Dribbles it around. Finds Carter down low, open, and she finishes around Jessica King for 2. 19-point game, and OU turns it over with a high-risk pass by Parker along the sideline. It goes over Caitlin Hughes' head and out of bounds. Carly Schroeder brings it up for Bethel. Less than 30 seconds to go in the first half. About 3 seconds difference between the game clock and shot clock. Bethel, not in any hurry. Looks like they will run down the shot clock as far as possible. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now they'll put the offense into motion. Gerlach with the ball out on the left wing into the hands of Schrag, who kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson fires up a shot off the glass. Too hard, no good. King with the rebound. Does not get the buzzer beater off in time, and it's rocketed off the shot clock anyway. Not particularly close. She got a lot on that, though. We'll go into halftime with the Braves up 36-17 here in North Newton. You're listening to Braves basketball on KOFO.
To protect your family and plan for your financial future, get to know your Modern Woodman agent.
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures. Whether you're building or remodeling, you want your project to be unique to you. Eric Crowley of Advantage Electric can help.
Something recently we've started is custom lighting. Making custom lights, I've noticed it's a new trend. Not everybody wants the big, box light fixtures that you can buy. Everybody's looking for something eclectic nowadays and new and a conversation piece.
Your ideas come to life.
Anything and everything that you could think of that you could possibly make a light fixture out of, we could certainly do it.
Advantage Electric, 229 North Main. Call 418-1218.
This is Lou Baker at CarStar Ottawa. Our technicians are highly trained, ICAR certified repair experts. We provide continued education for our employees and the latest equipment to ensure the highest quality repairs. We work hard at staying your number one collision repair shop. 1-800-CARSTAR. Relax, we'll take it from here.
Eric Price and his staff at the Lamb Roberts Funeral Homes are proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
Adamson Brothers has been maintaining your comfort for over 30 years, and they can keep you warm this winter with wood stoves, pellet stoves, and gas or wood fireplaces. Call them today at 785-242-9273. That's 785-242-9273.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures, with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
And welcome to the Advantage Electric Halftime Show on KOFO. Whether you're building or remodeling, residential or commercial, get the electric advantage for your project. Advantage Electric, 229 North Main in Ottawa. Call 418-1218. And at halftime, the Braves up 36-17 in this one. And it started out about as you would have expected. The Braves jumped out to a 10-0 lead in the first quarter, but a little bit of sloppy play, lots of turnovers allowed Bethel to keep things roughly even from there, and the Threshers only down by 9 at the end of the first quarter, 19-10. The Braves probably benefited a little bit from some open misses on Bethel's part, or it could have been even closer, but Maddie Stewart with 3 first-quarter threes, really helping out the cause for OU as they end up 19-10 at the end of one, and then OU starts to pull away a little more there in the second quarter. Still a little loose with the ball, probably prevented some scoring opportunities, especially in the half court. Just some passes that were just not where players could reel them in. And Coach Tagan mentioned on Hoop Talk this week that their last practice before the Oklahoma Wesleyan game, they had some issues with balls being thrown into the stands and just kind of a little wild with the ball, and we saw a little bit of that there in the first half, especially in the second quarter there, but it has not hurt the Braves so far. Despite having turned it over 11 times to Bethel 7, they are up by 19 points, 36-17. Maddie Stewart with the 3 threes gives her 9 points to go with 2 assists and a steal, but the leading scorer is actually Ashley Romig, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, and a couple of shots from the field gives her 10. They're giving her credit for 2 blocks officially, but I know there have been 3, but one she sort of got a piece of, and they may not have officially counted it as a block. But she has a steal and an assist as well to go with 3 rebounds, so big first half for Ashley Romig. Then Jenna Kramer, pretty quiet in the first half with just 2 points. Kaylee Williams, also fairly quiet with 4. Kelsey Hendricks, not a big scorer in general as the point guard. That's not what she's asked to do, but did get a nice basket, drew a foul to go with her assist in the first half. And then, again, Maddie Stewart leading the way with 9 points, also has a team-high 4 rebounds here at the break to go with 2 assists and a steal. We'll go ahead and take a break and then be back with more of the Advantage Electric Halftime Show. You're listening to OU Basketball here on KOFO.
You're listening to the Advantage Electric Halftime Show on KOFO.
Anyone can call themselves a construction company, slap a sign on the side of their truck, and drive around town looking for work. Is that who you want to hire? No, you're smarter than that. Wise Guys Construction at 108 North Main in Ottawa has been in business for 13 years, building new residential homes, adding additions, and finishing basements, solving commercial structure needs for businesses, and repairing damage left behind from fire or water. When it comes to who you hire for residential and commercial construction needs, be wise. Call Wise Guys Construction at 785-229-5651.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures, with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
This is Dr. Weston Zinner at Franklin County Chiropractic in Ottawa. We hope you're enjoying the game and remind you that whether you're an athlete or a weekend warrior, we can help relieve your pain for a better performance. Call 785-242-9393 for an appointment.
Since 1944, families of Franklin County have called Dingle & Son Mortuary and Crematory in their time of need. Why? Because of the peace of mind received knowing that Dingle & Son will take charge and exceed expectations. Visit dinglemortuary.com.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
And we are back in North Newton with more of the Advantage Electric Halftime Show on KOFO. The Braves women's team up 36-17 over Bethel. As a team, the Braves have shot very well, 57% from the floor. That'll help make up for the 11 turnovers, whereas they've held Bethel to just 19% shooting on the other side, just 6 of 31 for the Threshers and 1 of 7 from outside. And then even at the free throw line, struggling 4 of 11 there. So you can force more turnovers than the other team, but if you don't hit shots, it's not going to keep you in the game. And that's what Bethel has experienced so far. They were able to get 10 points in the first quarter, but just 7 in the second. They don't have anyone on the team with more than 4 points. Brittany Carter has 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Carly Schroeder 4 points on 1 of 3 shooting. So not particularly effective scoring on Bethel's side. We went over the starters' stats just before that break for OU, but also should mention Jessica King, who got 12 minutes of playing time in that first half and put up 7 points, 3 rebounds, and grabbed a steal. She did turn it over 3 times, but she continues to be a force coming in off the bench for the Braves, give them a good scoring option, who can come in and play either the 4 or the 5, but also athletic enough to play more out toward the perimeter. She needs to defensively. She's done an excellent job so far today, 3 of 4 from the floor, and then 1 of 1 from the free throw line. We're going to go ahead and take another break, and then we'll be back with more of the Advantage Electric Halftime Show. You're listening to KOFO Sports.
You're listening to the Advantage Electric Halftime Show on KOFO.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures, with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
When it's time to pop the question, or if the answer has already been yes, then it's time to visit Sutton's Jewelry. Why not pull out all the stops for your special day with a style that will take her breath away? From the latest sparkle to artistic magic, Sutton's Jewelry stays on top of the latest trending jewelry designs. Sutton's in-house talented bench jeweler, Phil Sutton, can size any selection, and in-house repairs are always a quick turnaround. Sutton's Jewelry, 207 South Main, downtown Ottawa.
Community journalism is thriving at the Ottawa Herald. 3 days a week in print and every day online, the Herald's award-winning staff covers the news that matters to you. Breaking news, sports, events, and so much more. Just as the Herald has done for more than 140 years. Call 242-4700 to subscribe today, or find us online at www.ottawaherald.com, on Facebook, or download our app.
People's Bank in Ottawa is proud to support our area sports teams. From People's Bank Field at Ottawa University to our Bucks for Buckets promotion and more, we believe our local sports programs are an investment in our future. Best of luck to the Ottawa sports teams from all of us at People's Bank. Member FDIC.
Need to know if your child's game or practice has been canceled due to weather? Sign up now for Ottawa Recreation Commission's text alerts. Go to orcottawaks.org to sign up or for more information.
And we're back for the last segment of the Advantage Electric halftime show here on KOFO, of course, brought to you by Advantage Electric in Ottawa. And the Braves leading by 19. Bethel has not led yet in this game. And the Braves have led by as many as 23. They hit that point with 3:15 to go in the second half. And then Bethel able to hit the last couple of shots to make it a 19-point game. But still, this one has overall been dominated by the Braves, as once again Bethel 6 of 1 from the floor, 1 of 7 from three-point range, and they have been sent to the free throw line 11 times. That's one more shot than the Braves have had from the free throw line, which is a definite rarity for a Bethel team that has allowed opponents to shoot about 100 more free throws than they have so far this year. But they were unable to convert and take advantage of that, as they only made 4 of those 11 attempts. And their starting lineup combining for just 3 made shots on 16 attempts. So not a recipe for success for Bethel. We'll see if they can turn things around and make this more of a game, as if we've seen the Braves let some leads get cuts into very small amounts and even go away in the second half at times this year. But maybe they can finish this one strong. We'll take one more break and then be back with the second half. You're listening to KOFO Sports.
You're listening to the Advantage Electric Halftime Show on KOFO.
It's the annual store-wide clearance sale at Messenger's Home Furnishings in South Ottawa. This is one of the biggest sales of the year and includes every category in the store. Reclining furniture, bedroom furniture, dining room furniture, youth furniture, sofas, chairs, end tables, and much, much more. Save on closeouts of Serta iComfort, iSeries, and Perfect Sleeper mattresses while they last. Long-term interest-free financing is being offered, or you can use our free layaway and pay it off with your upcoming tax refund. Messenger's Home Furnishings is located just west of Sirloin Stockade on 23rd Street in South Ottawa.
Ransom Memorial Hospital Cancer Care, your cancer-fighting team, is open and accepting patients. For a personalized care experience, call 785-229-8203. Online at ransom.org or at 1301 South Main Street, Ottawa. RMH Cancer Care, close to home, close to your heart.
This is Ryan Disborough, your State Farm insurance agent in Garnett, providing insurance and financial services, including retirement options, bank loans, life insurance, and annuities. Call and schedule your financial services consultation today at 785-448-1660.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO Sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
Since 1944, families of Franklin County have called Dingle & Son Mortuary and Crematory in their time of need. Why? Because of the peace of mind received knowing that Dingle & Son will take charge and exceed expectations. Visit dinglemortuary.com.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures. with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
And we are underway here in the second half. The Braves up 36-17 on Bethel, and the Threshers will inbound to start things off. Schroeder moving to her left, defended by Kaylee Williams. It's the starting lineup in for the Braves. Tough pass, barely reeled in there by Schmieder. She'll kick it out. Here's Gerlach on the right wing. Schmieder at the elbow now, working against Maddie Stewart. Tries to back her down off the glass and in. Able to score around Stewart and cut the lead to 17. Braves break the trap. There's Kaylee Williams on the right wing over to Hendricks at the top of the key. They'll continue to work it around the perimeter, looking for something to open up. 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Romig at the top of the key will swing it. Kramer calls for a screen, gets it, but then she's double teamed and leaves Ashley Romig open for three. Knocks it down. That's 3 threes in a row for Ashley Romig if you go back to Wednesday night's performance. And the lead is back up to 20 for OU. Bad pass. Pineda was cutting to the basket, was open, but Gerlach's pass went behind her instead of leading her to the basket, and she couldn't reel it in. It'll be a turnover. Bethel will stay in the same defense, kind of a three-quarter man-to-man with trapping principles in the half court. There's Ashley Romig, bad pass thrown away, stolen by Gerlach, coming back the other direction. Bethel moving right to left for the second half. We're in gray, trimmed in crimson. Braves in black, trimmed in white and gold, moving left to right. 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's a 20-point game. The Braves have led the entire way. Pineda driving with less than 10 on the shot clock. Goes up, misses. I don't know who on the Braves team touched that, but the ball will stay down on Bethel's side of the court. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They inbound. Here's a jump shot by Sierra McKinney. Missed. And it's Maddie Stewart pulling down the board. Brings it up and almost over the back. Over and back. Stewart fakes the three, swings it over to Kaylee Williams. Now Romig from three-point range decides to pass it inside to Maddie Stewart instead, and she is fouled by Riley Schmieder. That's going to be foul number 2 on her, if I'm not mistaken. And it is. Nobody in real foul trouble for either team. Nobody's over 2. 7:25 to go here in the third quarter. Stewart hits the first free throw to make this a 21-point game. The Braves have led by as many as 23. The second free throw is up and in. 41-19. Braves up 22. Leslie Spear ready to check on for Ashley Romig at the next break. Braves keep the full court pressure going. Bethel able to break the press. Now a drive and blocked by Ashley Romig. Block number 3 for the senior center, who had 6 on Wednesday against Oklahoma Wesleyan. I'm not sure how I said that there, but Romig will check out. Leslie Spear into the game. Schrader inbound, stolen by Kelsey Hendricks. Gets it up to Kaylee Williams, looking to go on the fast break. Now forced to hold up by Sierra McKinney. Spear calling for it on the post, but no clear path to the entry pass. Kaylee Williams tries to drive. Now she'll kick it out to the corner. Jenna Kramer driving the baseline, finds Kaylee Williams in the opposite corner for 3. Nailed it. And the Braves are up by 25, their biggest lead of the game. And Kramer goes for the steal on the full court press, and she's called for the foul. Her first. Parker's going to come in for Kelsey Hendricks. 6:42 to go in the third quarter. Braves up 25. Pineda comes to the bench as Fantasia Johnson checks on for Bethel. Schroeder will continue to bring it up the court for the Threshers, defended by Parker. Gerlach in the corner, back out to Schroeder. Schmieder over to Johnson. Now Gerlach from the corner, passes up to three, takes a step in, now kicks it to the lane. Now they work it down low to Sierra McKinney. Good ball movement there, and it opens up the layup for McKinney. Melanie Romig now set to check in for the Braves. They break the trap, and Kramer wanted to drive on McKinney, then peels it back out and kicks it over to Stewart, who finds Parker to reset. Swinging it around, Kaylee Williams on the left wing over to Jenna Kramer. Top of the key, finds Stewart at the elbow. Stewart wants to drive. Quick hands by Fantasia Johnson, gets the steal. Wants to go coast to coast. Now dumps it off at the last second to Schroeder. Misses the layup. Rebound is knocked out to Kaylee Williams. Williams fouled as Johnson tried to reach around her to get that steal. Number 2 on her. And the Braves will inbound along the sideline right in front of the scorer's table, up 44-21. 5:45 remaining here in quarter number 3 as Melanie Romig and Jessica King check in for the Braves. Parker in at the 1 will set up the offense. Gets it to King at the elbow. She looks to drive. Uses that spin move off the glass. No good. Rebounded by McKinney. Fantasia Johnson will bring it up for Bethel this time. Schroeder out on the right wing. Picks it up, gets it to McKinney. McKinney looking to take Spear to the basket. Now she'll kick it out to Fantasia Johnson. Schroeder looking to drive. Braves collapse on her, but a little too much contact there. But they're going to call travel before the contact, and it'll be a turnover. The Braves will get the ball. Kaylee Williams comes out, and Caitlin Hughes into the game for OU. Braves breaking the trap. Caitlin Hughes looking to drive, gets into the lane, off the glass and in. Caitlin Hughes, good take there, getting it to the basket. Back to a 25-point lead. Gerlach gets it over the half-court line. She's going to be fouled by Jessica King along the sideline. Foul number 2 on King. Foul number 2 on the Braves as a team here in the third quarter. Schroeder's going to throw it in. Braves not defending the inbound, just defending the potential receivers, but they're able to get it in to Shun. There's back to Schroeder, now to Gerlach in the corner. Finds Fantasia Johnson at the top of the key, defended by Parker. Johnson moving to her right. Parker does a good job defensively, keeping her out of the painted area. And now the Braves trying to break the trap, throw it all the way out. Bethel will take over after the unforced turnover by the Braves. We might say it was forced by the trapping pressure. The Braves with a 2-3 zone in the half court. Schroeder at the top of the key over to Johnson. She's quickly double teamed out on the wing. Over to Gerlach, and now it's stolen by Jessica King. King wants to take it all the way, working against Gerlach, goes up, draws a little contact, no foul called. Gerlach grabs the rebound. Now she wants to go coast to coast, goes up around the block attempt by Melanie Romig, and able to get it in off the glass. 46-23 Braves, under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hughes moves her pivot foot, trying to get away from the trap. Pineda will check in for Gerlach. The Threshers will take over after another Braves turnover. The Braves seem to have abandoned the zone in favor of a half-court man-to-man look. Schroeder at the top of the key for Bethel. Over the right wing, Shun comes out to meet that pass at that free throw line. Now Gerlach looking to drive. Going to be a foul called on Parker. She tried to draw the charge, but was a little late getting to the spot. We'll send Gerlach to the line for 2. Not sure she was shooting, but they'll give her the 2 free throws. She hits the first after missing the first 3 free throw attempts of the game. She hit her second half of her second set and now knocks that one down. Now this one almost rimmed down, then rolled back in. It's a 21-point game. We'll see Elijah Kennedy checking in for Bethel as they continue with the trapping defense. Hughes over to King. King finds Spear down low. Lets the defender go by her and then goes up off the glass and in. Braves push the lead back out to 23. Now, Bethel breaks the trap. Puts it over to Kennedy, who misses everything on the jump shot. Leslie Spear will pull the rebound down, and they flock to Spear, but Spear is able to get the outlet to Rashia Parker. Spear uses a screen, gets into the lane, and that was Pineda trying to draw the charge. Is going to be called to the block instead. Just foul number 1. Each team now up to 3 fouls for the quarter. Now Parker will shoot 2 free throws. Misses the first. She's actually at the free throw line for the first time this year, so missed her first free throw attempt. Second one is out, no good, and rebounded by Bethel. Two and a half minutes to go. There's a long 3 missed by Bethel. Parker pulls down the board, now gets away from pressure. Now her pass blocked and then kicked out of bounds by Carly Schroeder. You're going to have 5 new players in for OU. And it's the entire starting lineup coming in for the Braves. Hendricks, Kramer, Williams, Stewart, and Romig in the game for OU. As Kramer driving all the way to the basket, draws the foul. Can't get the layup to fall, but she'll go to the line for 2. Free throw number 1 for Kramer is in. She's the team's second leading free throw shooter at 81%. Shot number 2 is up and off the back of the rim. No good. The lead is 24 as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Pineda on the right wing. Now they work it around and find that was Kennedy. Does a nice job of avoiding the block attempt and gets it up and in off the glass. There's Maddie Stewart on the other end. Kicks out to Jenna Kramer. Kramer to her left. Now picks up her dribble in some trouble. Gets it to Ashley Romig. Romig in the lane. Can't get the shot to fall on the run. So a 22-point game. A minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Kennedy with the ball. Kicks it into the corner. Now they'll work it down low. And that basket is good by Kylie Shun. Hendricks setting up the offense for OU. Again, they're moving left to right. Gets it over to Kaylee Williams. Driving, kicks it back out to Hendricks. Fakes the 3. Over to Kaylee Williams. She finds the lane to the basket. All up and in off the backboard. And pushes the lead back out to 22. the ball way out away from the basket on the right wing, defended by Kelsey Hendricks. 40 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Kennedy gets it over to Schrag, now into the hands of Pineda, who loses the ball as she starts to drive. It rolls out of bounds. The Braves will take over with 31.4 seconds left in the third quarter, so they can just about run time off the clock if they so desire. Braves looking to inbound against full-fledged, full-court pressure now. Stewart able to change directions, gets it across half court, now runs it back, hands it off to Hendricks. There's Kramer on the right wing. 15 seconds left on the clock. Maddie Stewart over to Hendricks, gets it down low to Ashley Romig, who is fouled by Sierra McKinney, reaching around Romig to try and deny the entry pass. That will send Ashley Romig to the free throw line for two. Romig's first free throw. No good, off the front of the rim. 9.7 left on the clock here in quarter number 3. Braves up 51-29. The second one also rims out. Braves held to just 15 points here in the second, or excuse me, so far in the second half, in the third quarter. And the shot as time expires, no good. It wouldn't have counted anyway for Bethel, and we will end the third quarter, go into the fourth with the Braves up 51-29. You're listening to OU basketball here on KOFO.
Eric Price and his staff at the Lamb Roberts Funeral Homes are proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
This is Dr. Weston Zinner at Franklin County Chiropractic in Ottawa. We hope you're enjoying the game and remind you that whether you're an athlete or a weekend warrior, we can help relieve your pain for a better performance. Call 785-242-9393 for an appointment.
When quality matters, choose the best. Choose Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling. Call today and make sure your heating and cooling system is ready for the season at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
This is Ryan Disborough, your State Farm insurance agent in Garnett, providing insurance and financial services, including retirement options, bank loans, life insurance, and annuities. Call and schedule your financial services consultation today at 785-448-1660.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
We're back for one final quarter here in North Newton, where the Braves lead at 51-29 in the women's game, the men's game to follow. Hendricks brings it down. The Braves moving left to right. Not been a pretty game, but has been effective enough for OU as they've been ahead the entire way. Bethel has not had a lead or even a tie since 0-0. Now a pass down low to Romig, who draws the foul as she goes up for two, and I believe that's McKinney on the foul. About 30 seconds in. Nope, that'll be Fantasia Johnson on the foul, and that's her third. Romig will go to the line for two free throws. Braves starting lineup is in right now, and Romig misses a free throw. It's her third straight miss. Very unusual for the 82% free throw shooter. Second one also misses. Sierra McKinney with the rebound, so the Braves come up empty on that possession. Johnson swings it over to the left. And here's Sierra McKinney looking to back Romig down. Now falling out of bounds, tries to pass. It's stolen by Romig. Romig trying to dribble and knocked out of the bounds. And she's fortunate it wasn't stolen. She has a very high dribble, and it's probably not the one you want bringing it down the court. Is that one? She's 6 feet tall, and that ball was bouncing well up around waist high, and you're just asking to get it stolen. She's fortunate to have it just knocked away. Braves inbound. Kaylee Williams finds Maddie Stewart. A lot of contact there as she went out to receive that pass. Here's Hendricks into Romig. Foul on Sierra McKinney as she went up to block the shot. McKinney does not agree with the call. And I'll be honest with you, it did look like it was all ball. But Romig will go to the line. She's missed 4 free throws in a row, which is not something you say very often about Ashley Romig. At this point, she hit. We're a minute into the fourth quarter, and Sarah McKinney picks up her 4th foul. She goes to the bench, and Brittany Carter comes on in her place. Romig's 2nd free throw is in, so now she hits 2 straight after missing 4. Gerlach to bring it up for Bethel. Braves up 24 points. Been a low-scoring game so far for both teams. Johnson over to Gerlach on the left side. Now she finds Case over to Fantasia Johnson, who's going to pull up from the elbow, misses the shot, rebounded by Ashley Romig. Romig tries to dribble out of some pressure, gets over to Hendricks. Hendricks dangerously close to the sideline, works it back over to Romig, who crosses the half-court line. She may look to drive all the way. Now she's going to send it back out, but the pass is stolen from midair by Riley Schmieder, who goes up on the other end, misses the layup. Good defense by Kelsey Hendricks to affect the shot. It's rebounded by Stewart. Now they get it across the half-court line against the press. King and Lumen ready to check in for OU. We're 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Jenna Kramer picks up the ball over to Hendricks. Now Romig swings it to Maddie Stewart. Stewart looks to drive, pulls up at the elbow, knocks it down. It's a 26-point lead, the biggest of the game for OU. 11 points now for Stewart, and Spear will join the Braves ready to check in. And that's going to be a travel called on Mallory Case. The turnover will give Avery Lumen, Leslie Spear, and Jessica King a chance to check in for Maddie Stewart, Ashley Romig, and Kelsey Hendricks. 7.5 to go here. Braves up 26, 55 to 29. Kramer inbounds to Avery Lumen, who will operate as the 1 for OU. Over to Kramer out on the right wing. Jessica King at the top of the key, swings it to Williams, finds Lumen, fakes the 3. They'll continue to work it around the 3-point arc. Williams wants the 3, doesn't get it, but Leslie Spear fights for the offensive rebound and gets it. Now it's going to be a foul on Schroeder trying to rip it away. Nice hustle play there by Leslie Spear, getting into position, jumping up to grab that offensive board out of the air. Caitlin Hughes will check on for Jenna Kramer. 7:06 to go. Avery Lumen to inbound along the baseline. Looking for Jessica King. Finds her, goes up, draws the contact. She'll go to the line for 2. King's hit her only free throw attempt of the day. She's just a 55% shooter on the season. It's this one. The lead is 27. Kaylee Williams comes out. Melanie Romig into the game. King's second free throw is up and no good. Off the back of the iron, but Avery Lumen jumps in there to grab the offensive board. As she tries to get it down low to Spear, she's getting knocked all around, and it's going to be a jump ball. I never even saw anyone grab it. I just saw 2 players trying to knock Leslie Spear away from it, but possession arrow points to Bethel, and they'll get possession. That's what the possession arrow means, apparently. Aptly named possession arrow gives Bethel the ball, and they'll bring it across half court. Schroeder holding on to it behind the timeline. Melanie Romig defending her. Now she'll get it over to Michelle Schrag. Now Case tries to work it back into Schrag, kicks it out to Schroeder for three from the corner, well off target. A battle for the rebound. They're going to call a foul on who? Called against Avery Lumen going for that rebound. First foul of the quarter for OU. Bethel to inbound along the baseline. Now dangerous inbound pass is stolen by Caitlin Hughes, and she's knocked to the ground. And they're going to call her for a travel. Got to maintain your dribble when somebody's pushing you to the ground, evidently. Bethel to inbound along the sideline. Schroeder once again to set up the offense for the Threshers, who have not scored yet here in the fourth quarter, about 4 minutes in. Now a scrum for the ball, and there's a loose ball foul called against Brittany Carter. Leslie Spear goes to the ground. Now she'll go to the line for two as that puts OU into the bonus. Spears' first free throw is off target to the left, no good. 62% shooter from the free throw line on the year. Bethel will send 5 new players into the game. It's Fantasia Johnson, Elise Gerlach, Elijah Carter, Riley Schmieder, and then that's Kylie Shunn also into the game. Here's Fantasia Johnson jumping up to get the rebound off the missed free throw. 27-point game, 56-29. Bethel still looking for their first points of the quarter. Johnson looking to work against Lumen up in the air, and errant shot, but she does draw the contact. This will go to the line for two. It'll be called against Melanie Romig, number 2 against her, number 2 on the team. Fantasia Johnson, a 45% free throw shooter at the line. Her first attempt is up and off to the right, no good. Johnson's second attempt up and also no good. Jessica King pulls down the board. An outlet pass, Avery Lumen. Puts it up in the air to Caitlin Hughes, who brings it in. Now almost stolen, but Jessica King able to grab it. Now King under heavy pressure. Swings over to Melanie Romig, back into King's hands. She tries to work it to Spear along the baseline, but throws it away. It'll go out of bounds. So the pressure getting to the Braves a little bit, as Bethel has been making everything as difficult as possible offensively for OU here in the fourth quarter. Bethel looking for their own first points as well, though. Here's Leslie Spear with the steal after it gets knocked away, and Caitlin Hughes seems a little unsure as to whether she wanted to pass or go up for a layup, has it stolen, but then a full court pass is over the head of Bethel's Riley Schmieder, and it goes out of bounds on the other side. Spear inbounds to Avery Lumen. Back over to Spear, back into Lumen's hands, who will cross half court, defended by Gerlach. Starts to drive and works it back out. Now Spear finds Hughes, who has it knocked away. Gerlach has it coming back the other direction. Gerlach moving to her left. And to Schmieder's hands. Back to Kennedy, who drives, and there's going to be a foul, I believe, away from the basket. Called against Melanie Romig. That's going to be her third. Rashia Parker will check in for Caitlin Hughes for OU. And now Dejan Sumter will check in for Elise Gerlach for Bethel. Bethel to inbound along the baseline, 4:40 to go. They're down by 27, 56-29. Only 5 total points have been scored. They've all been scored by OU here in the fourth quarter. And there's another missed shot by Bethel. Fantasia Johnson, good hustle play, tracking down that offensive board. Her putback won't go, though, and Avery Lumen's got it. Now, she loses track of the ball. She stepped out of bounds, then was the first person to touch it after getting back into bounds. So you can't be the last one to touch it, go out of bounds, and then be the first one to touch it when you come back in. And that's what she attempted to do there, and that's what results in the turnover. We're going to see a timeout called by the Braves. Just 30 seconds. We'll take a quick break and be right back to North Newton. Braves up 27.
There are two kinds of people in this world, the haves and the have-dones. The haves enjoy social climbing, 60-foot yachts, and high tea. The have-dones enjoy rock climbing, 60-minute massages, and lo mein. Looking for fun things to do? Think Groupon. Need a massage? Think Groupon. Find a new restaurant? Download the Groupon app and use code WELCOME and get $10 off your first Groupon deal of $25 or more. Restrictions apply. See Groupon.com/radio for details. Because if you're going to own something, own the experience. Groupon.
And we're back in North Newton, where the Braves just called a timeout to try and regroup after turning it over. We're almost 6 minutes into the fourth quarter here, and the Braves have scored 5. Bethel has not scored any. So just rough sledding offensively for both teams. Now a steal. Rashia Parker into the passing lane and forcing the turnover there. Jessica King at the top of the key. Swings over to Melanie Romig. Back over to Avery Lumen, driving with her left hand, loses track of the ball, and now McKinney gets the steal, and she's fouled by Jessica King. That's going to be team foul number 4 on the Braves, so the next one puts Bethel into the bonus. 56-29, 3:51 to go. Sumter to bring it up the court for Bethel. Defended by Avery Lumen at the top of the key, moving to her right. Passes it to Pineda. Now they'll work it down low to Sarah McKinney. McKinney double and now triple teams. Kicks it back out to the top of the key. Now they'll find Sumter, drives the baseline. Her pass along the baseline to Mallory Case just goes off her fingertips and out of bounds. So another turnover. Lumen to set up the offense for OU. Less than 3.5 to go. King swings it out to Melanie Romig. Romig over to Leslie Spear from the elbow. Jumper falls after rattling around. 29-point game. That's the biggest lead of the afternoon for OU. And Alex Parker is ready to check in for OU. This will be only her second appearance with the varsity team this year. So we'll try and work it down low. No, rebounded by Melanie Romig. Pineda looking to steal from behind. Romig pulls up and gets it into Lumen's hands. Lumen takes a hard hit out away from the basket. The referees took a few seconds, but then they do call the foul. Called on Kylie Shunn. That will put Avery Lumen at the free throw line, where she's hit two-thirds of her attempt this year, 14 of 21. This is the first. Now, Alex Parker, Katie Riffle, and Bailey Schaefer all into the game for the Braves. It's the second varsity appearance of the year for all 3 players. Their only other one came against York, as they were up by over 20 late in that one up in Nebraska. 59-29, it's a 30-point game. Bethel still looking for their first points of the fourth quarter. The Braves only have 8 to their name. Sumter at the top of the key, throws it away. Another turnover by Bethel. So both teams have turned it over a ton here in the second half. I'll be interested to see what the final turnover tally looks like both ways, as the Braves have turned over 11 times in the first half to Bethel's 7, but both have really thrown it away a lot here late. Up in the lane, no good. The shot missed by that's going to be a jump ball. Lumen to inbound. Gets it to the top of the key. Here's Alex Parker. Moves it over to her left. Now the shot down low goes. That's Hurst, and she's making her first appearance of the year. The referee is getting screamed at by Bethel's coach wanting a charge on that one. Ball knocked away, goes out of bounds. The fact that there's only a minute and a half left is probably the only reason he's not getting a technical right now. It's the inbound to Pineda out on the right wing. Less than a minute and a half left. Now they try and kick it out. That's going to go over the half-court line, over and back. Another turnover by Bethel. Katie Riffle with the inbound to Avery Lumen. Lumen gets into the lane. She's fouled. I believe that was Sumter. It'll actually be on Pineda. It sends Avery Lumen to the line. Free throw is in. The Braves lead is 33. Rashia Parker gets ready to check into the game as well. But she's replacing Lumen, so we'll see if this one goes in before she can enter the game. Lumen's second free throw is in, and now she'll come out as well. 63-29, 1:15 remaining. Bethel in the half-court offense trying to score and just get on the board here in the fourth quarter. They have not scored yet. Pineda for three. Off to the left. Offensive rebound. Goes up and in. And Bethel's on the board for the first time in the fourth quarter after 9 minutes and 5 seconds of scoreless play. And now Bethel wants a timeout. We'll take 30 seconds. Braves are up by 32 on the road.
It's Macy's Home Sale with all-day specials now through Sunday. Take 60% off bedding basics, select pillows, comforters, blankets, and more. Travel select 4-piece luggage sets, $49.99. All 8-piece bed ensembles or 6-piece sheet sets, $39.99. Take 30% plus an extra 15% off blenders, juicers, and coffee makers. And get a Tools of the Trade 13-piece cookware set, just $39.99. Plus, Plenty members can earn points every day for savings at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
The Braves almost pitched a shutout here in the fourth quarter. We have 55.1 seconds remaining. And Bethel just scored their first basket of the quarter. The Braves are up 63-31. The Braves nothing to write home about offensively in this quarter either. They have only put up 12 of their own. It's 63-31.
Hey, switch, Sam. Switch.
It's less than a minute left in this one before the men's teams will get out onto the court to warm up. Inbound goes to Parker. Now there's the other Parker, Alex Parker, with the ball. Now gets it into the hands of Rashia Parker again. 40 seconds left on the clock. Parker into the lane. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. No good. Sierra McKinney with the rebound, and Bethel wants a timeout just to make a substitution, I believe. And they will use the full timeout. So we'll take a full minute and be back with hopefully the end of this one unless Bethel continues to call timeouts. It's 63-31 here on KOFO Sports.
We all work hard, and everyone deserves a little me time off. This year, before you head out for vacation, remember to make sure all your valuables are safe.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
According to the FBI, there were nearly 8.3 million property crimes in 2014. That's an estimated $14.3 billion in property damages. ADT can monitor your doors and windows and can call authorities to alert them of any suspicious activity. This tip is brought to you by ADT, the security leader for over 140 years.
And we are back in North Newton. Braves up 63-31, and Katie Riffle is headed to the free throw line after being fouled on a rebound on the other end. First free throw attempt is no good. She's now 0 for 3 from the line and limited action on the varsity team this year. Puts up number 2 off the back of the iron, no good. Bethel wants another timeout. So we'll go ahead and take 30 seconds and then be back with more here on KOFO.
Stock up right now at Macy's Super Weekend Sale and Clearance. Plus, use your Macy's card or pass and save an extra 20 or 15% in-store. Or save online with promo code WKND. Find the styles you want and the brands you love. Big savings on fashion and accessories for every member of the family. Hot trends for every room in your home and lots more. You can't miss this one. Macy's Super Weekend Sale, now through Sunday. Savings on sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
And we're back in North Newton. Use them if you got them, I guess. Bethel continues to call timeouts, down 32 points. Drawing up new plays. Or maybe petitioning the NAIA for a 32-point line. There's a 3, missed. Alex Parker fouled from behind on the rebound, so the game will be extended further. Alex Parker is going to head to the free throw line. 16.8 showing on the clock. If Bethel has any timeouts left, I would assume another one will be called after she's done hitting these free throws. First one is up, rolls in. (64-31), Braves lead. Second free throw, off to the left, rebounded by Sierra McKinney, and we will see another timeout by Bethel. Trying to draw up the infamous 33-point play in the last 15 and a half seconds. We'll take another 30-second break and then see if maybe that's actually the last 15 and a half seconds. You're listening to KOFO Sports.
This Valentine's Day, send your sweetheart the gift that shines above all others. Name a star after them. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we will name a star after your sweetheart and send a beautiful gift package. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for this year's hottest Valentine's Day gift.
And we are back in North Newton. Threshers inbound. Here's Sumter up high off the glass. Hits the runner, and now with less than 10 seconds left, this should be it. Rashaya Parker will clear the half-court line, and that's going to do it. The Braves are up 64-33. They get the road win and push that winning streak to 6 games. We'll take a break and then be back with the recap. You've been listening to Braves basketball here on KOFO.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures, with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
People's Bank in Ottawa is proud to support our area sports teams. From People's Bank Field at Ottawa University to our Bucks for Buckets promotion and more, we believe our local sports programs are an investment in our future. Best of luck to the Ottawa sports teams from all of us at People's Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Eric Crowley with Advantage Electric. On the court, teams look for any advantage they can get. When it comes to your electric needs, whether residential, commercial, or custom, we're your advantage. Advantage Electric, 229 North Main in Ottawa. Call today at 785-418-1218.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
ADT presents What to Consider When Considering Home Security. An ADT sign is more than a sign. It's a line in the sand. On one side, your family. On the other, an uncertain world.
For over 140 years, more people have chosen ADT to help prevent crime than anyone else. Get ADT starting at just $28.99 a month.
Tested, trusted, proven ADT.
With 36-month contract for licensing and terms and conditions, visit ADT.com.
Confidence, passion, skill, knowledge. At Ottawa University, I've gained the strength to discover who I am and the confidence to be myself. I've met people from around the globe from different backgrounds and cultures, with opportunities to get involved and bring our passions to life with more than 30 clubs and organizations. We all come together into a faith-inspired community that quickly becomes family. I invite you to be brave like me at Ottawa University. Find out more at ottawa.edu today.
And welcome back to North Newton and Thresher Gymnasium, where the Braves beat Bethel 64-33 to improve to 12-4 on the season. The loss drops Bethel to 0-15. And things got started out well for the Braves as they jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but lots of turnovers down the stretch in the first quarter, and Braves end up with a 19-10 lead after one. Bethel missed some open shots, or it could have been closer. 3 threes by Maddie Stewart, helping the Braves to those 19 points. And then they start to pull away a little more in the second. Still playing a little loose with the ball, or they could have scored more. End up with a 36-17 lead at halftime. And then the third quarter is when things start to break open a little more. Still sluggish offensively, but keeping Bethel at bay. And then the fourth quarter is really just sloppy, going both ways. It took over 9 minutes for Bethel to score in the fourth. They ended up with just 4 points in the quarter as a whole. And they were all scored after OU put in basically the junior varsity team within the last couple of minutes. So the Braves, with probably a few more turnovers than the coaching staff is going to be happy about, but they do come away with an easy win, 64-33 on the road against Bethel. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with the Wise Guys Construction pregame show for the men's game. You're listening to OU Braves basketball on KOFO.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Ottawa University Braves basketball on KOFO. Brought to you by Modern Woodman agent Dale Pearson, Dr. Hale Family Dentistry, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, the Ottawa Recreation Commission, and by State Farm Insurance agent Ryan Dispro, Ransom Memorial Hospital, Sutton's Jewelry, CarStar, Messenger's Home Furnishings. Also by Dingle & Son Mortuary, Ottawa University, the Ottawa Herald, Wise Guys Construction, Kramer Pharmacy, Franklin County Chiropractic, and Cosentino's Price Chopper, State Farm Insurance agent Keith King, Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, People's Bank, Advantage Electric, Quality Structures Incorporated, and Maxwell Chiropractic. For more information about our next OU Brave sports broadcast, log on to the KOFO sports page at KOFO.com and listen to 103.7 FM for the KOFO sports calendar. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
The 2017